Hello, it's Santa Anita Road to the Derby live. Look at this. Everyone is hyped today. It's the big one, the RUNHAPPY Santa Anita Derby. How's it going, everyone? Dan Tordjman with America's Best Racing. That guy is Bram Weinstein. That woman right there is the boss, the queen of horse racing.
Oh, nice. Where's my crown?
Where is your crown?
You should have a crown.
That is
Ren the boss. Ren the boss.
What's up? You know, that's a lot of pressure to live up to that title, Dan, but I will hope to live up to the esteem you have shown me here, that I'm worthy of, or at least you think I am. We'll see.
No pressure at all.
What a set he has, by the way. Check the set.
Oh, Bram? Yeah, Bram totally is like, yeah. He's like, oh, yeah, I'm just going to set my fancy $500,000 set here. And
who's the boss now?
So if you haven't joined us for the first couple of episodes of Santa Anita Road to the Derby Live, you know that the next couple of hours, what we're going to do is we're going to watch the races live. We're going to bet on them live. We're going to give you live analysis. And we're going to have live guests at the track, the first of whom is going to come up in a few minutes. Before we get started, though, we invite everyone to not only share your thoughts, share your comments, let us know who you think is going to win the RUNHAPPY Santa Anita Derby. Also, grab a drink, have fun. This isn't some old, boring, stiff handicapping show. We're here to have fun. But I will tell you, we will try to drop some information, and Ren will drop the pedigree information. Ren, I like, this is totally a tribute to you. Look at this beer that I'm drinking today.
Oh my gosh, I love it. I don't even drink beer, but I might be open drinking a beer called the Pedigree. Get out of town. Are you serious? That's awesome.
How cool is that? This is from Moore Brewing Company, Huntley, Illinois. So, hey, drop us a line. Let us know who you like in some of the races that are coming up, and also let us know what you're drinking. Bram, you got a beverage with you?
Not today, Danny. Not today.
Let's go. There's a story there, or
what's the drive?
Not really a story. It's you're gonna be disappointed in me. I drink very little these days, Dan, and it's actually been, on this show I actually hide that. In my other, in other parts of my life, I don't mind talking about it, and it's just it's not there's no. I'm not making a statement. It's I decided to lay off the booze for a little while and just see how the body feels through all of that.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. Ren,
I'm on plenty of drugs, Dan. So, we're all good.
I was going to say he peaked with the fifth. I forget what show that was.
Yeah, we're good.
Oh my God, Ren, we've got an awesome lineup of races coming up from Santa Anita. The sixth race is the Santa Anita Oaks. Bram is professional, 100%.
Do you mind if I do? I like being in control of showing the comments. How do you feel about that, man?
Please do. Like, it's one less thing I have to do. I'm all about it.
What about you, Ren the boss? Ren the boss.
Well, I'm just sitting back and letting you guys steer. That, I like being the passenger. So.
Should I show the bot ones?
No more with
none of those.
Well, as far as the beverage, the husband will be bringing me something. I told him don't do it too soon because we've got a long show ahead of us, and I didn't want to get too far of myself and be a speed and fade. You know what I'm saying? But
in honor of you, Dan, I might drink a beer today. That's possible.
Well, don't on my account.
You're encouraging.
Yeah, no, don't do this on my account. Come on, bro.
Still be peer pressure. That's not hard. I can be peer pressured very easily.
No, don't drink now. If you've been good, stay good. Yeah. Race 6 at Santa Anita is the next race, the Santa Anita Oaks. It's coming up in about 15 minutes or so. Our good friend, George Ortuzar is live at Santa Anita. George, big day. How you doing?
Wow, I'm just doing fantastic. This whole weekend has been great. Yesterday we got fans for the first time. Today we got like 8,000 fans. It just feels so incredible. So many people I haven't seen. I felt like the mayor. Like I was like hugging, kissing babies and saying hello to everybody. It was just fantastic. It was just a special day today. The mandatory payout, fans. It's just fantastic. Of course, the RUNHAPPY Santa Anita Derby, one of our signature races here. But the first few races, I had to take this hat off. I had to put one of these construction hats on. because it was bombs away. It was a bomb every race, and so I had to protect myself from all those bombs they were dropping. And then finally, I got these Rayvac, and I was looking for a favorite, and we finally found one in the 5th race and going global. So I needed a lot of props here today. But what a spectacular day! Still to come, the big races. Oh man, it's exciting to be part of Santa Anita and the Run Happy Santa Anita Derby.
George, I'm disappointed. You've got the construction helmet, but you don't have like the little beer tube funnel.
Oh man, the beer tubes. Yeah.
What's going on? By the way, Tyler here makes a good point, and we should have made this earlier. We mentioned the pick 6 here. He's watching this from St. Paul, Minnesota, paying attention to the pick 6, which starts in 59 minutes. Spoiler alert, we're all in on a ticket.
Yeah.
We're going to show you our ticket. It starts in race 7. Before we get to that, we've got race 6. We've got the Santa Anita Oaks. For those who don't know, the Oaks is the horse where the fillies, the female horses, are running. These are the horses you can look to see in the Kentucky Oaks the day before the Kentucky Derby. George, I know you speak to a lot of the trainers. You're in on all the buzz there at Santa Anita. What are you hearing about the Oaks?
Yeah, I talked to a lot of trainers this morning, trying to get as much information as I could. One of the trainers that I talked to is Bob Baffert. You know, usually he's the first go-to guy. He really believes that his filly is the one to beat. Beautiful Gift, no pace at all in the Santa Isabella, and still got up from off the pace. I mean, they were just crawling. 48, 112 and 3, still managed to get up. Johnny V's already won a couple of races, so he's looking good. Bob said of the other opponents, the one he fears the most is Soothsay. First time out, a winner for Richard Mandela. You know, he doesn't get them primed and ready first time out usually. So this one, to win that impressively, looks like the sky's the limit for Soothsay. Nice workout after that. Those are the two that I'm going to be looking at, and the ones that I'm using in my middle pick 4. There's a middle pick 4 today. So many options to wager on. Fantastic.
Ren, you like Soothsay.
I do, and there's actually a Baffert connection to Soothsay, as she hails from the female family of Justify. So, yeah, so like George was saying, I mean, this is a filly. She ran really well first out. Mandela, you got to think now, second time out, she's going to move up even further. And yeah, it is impressive also, though, with Beautiful Gift to run as well as she did with no real pace in front of her off the bench. So we'll see. But I mean, obviously, I'll take a better price.
Bram, we were looking at this race. There were 5 horses to start. There's a scratch in this race people should know about, the 2-horse Brilliant Cut. Both of us thought that was the horse who could potentially have gone out to the lead at a good price and maybe stolen the race. That's not going to happen now. Where do you go to make money in this race?
So when Brilliant Cut was in the race, I liked the 4 Javanica because I thought the 2 would push the pace and get out to the front. And now that she's not in it, I don't like that any longer. So I'm going to go against Beautiful Gift here, and I don't think it's going to be Moraz. The horse typically buckles under the pressure. And I mean, the best part about this is that I've got a 1 in 4 chance of winning. So I feel very good about that. Right? But I mean, at this point, like I was going to go with either Soothsay or Javanica to win when Brilliant Cut was in the race. Now I feel that it's less likely it's Javanica because Brilliant Cut's not in the race. So I'm willing to take a shot on Soothsay. I think that's the one that I'm going to be looking at to try to get, a decent number. 3-1 is not the most enticing thing here, but it's better than 4-5. And I feel better about Soothsay, even though I don't think we know enough to really have that much support in it. I mean, off of one race, I don't know, but with a 1 in 4 shot, I'll go with Prot on Soothsay here.
You can see the horses now in the paddock. The 1 horse right there at 5-2 is Moraz. We look, and it's been mentioned already here, a Beautiful Gift. You just had to love the way she did it at last out in the Santa Isabel. She stalked that really slow pace that George mentioned. 9 times out of 10 or 99 times out of 100, to be honest, when you're sitting behind a pace like that and you have a horse like Moraz get the jump on you, you're not going to run that horse down. So I thought it was super impressive. By the way, Johnny V having himself a day already. George can speak to this. Johnny V, I think, has won like every single race. Probably not, but it seems like it. And he's up for Baffert in graded stakes. The last 20 races, He's won 9 of them.
Wow.
9 of 20 races. That's ridiculous. That doesn't happen. He's won 9 of 20 races when he's been up for Baffert, and 13 of those horses have finished in the money.
Oh.
I mean, he's obviously here to ride, Medina Spirit, but he's picking up some great live mounts, and he's making the best of them. And so, Beautiful Gift, that turn of speed late when it looked like there was no way Beautiful Gift was going to get up, and she mowed down Mraz. I thought it was really impressive, and she's going to run well. Javanica, I also did a big, like a Spanish thing. In Spanish, I did like an IG for the El Camino Real Derby. And Javanica really impressed against the boys to close and just got nipped out by Rombauer late, but ran a spectacular race against boys. She's back with her friends, and arriba con Javanica. Couldn't upset the apple cart here.
You mentioned Medina Spirit. Medina Spirit's going to be your favorite coming up in the Run Happy Santa Anita Derby. By the way, that'll go off at 4:15 Pacific, 7:15 Eastern. We're going to be live all the way through, showing you the races, handicapping, betting. We'll let you know who we're going to bet, and we want to hear from you. But when you talk about Medina Spirit, the key thing to know is that this horse, every time, has put up a pretty honest race, and when Life is Good hasn't been in the race, has always won. And so logically, Medina Spirit is going to go off as your favorite. Wanted to take a look back at one of Medina Spirit's most recent races. Let's check out the Robert B. Lewis. That race, a reminder, Life is Good was not in that race.
Starting to gather some momentum on the far outside. He's moving up to take second as the field turns for home. Medina Spirit called on now. Center of the track, Roman Centurion. Hot Rod Charlie is in between them. Roman Centurion, Hot Rod Charlie trying to run down Medina Spirit. They're inside the 8th pole. Between horses, Hot Rod Charlie. Medina Spirit, tough as nails. Roman Centurion on the outside. Roman Centurion, Medina Spirit, and Hot Rod Charlie. What a game victory from Medina Spirit.
I like that he didn't put his pool there. That's not for a young horse to be on the rail like that. And I also like that you saw the horse actually extending his neck into the finish. So that shows some professionalism. But I'll let you guys give your feedback as well.
No, I mean, look, since that race, there's a 3-way photo finish there. Since that race, Hot Rod Charlie comes back and wins the Louisiana Derby.
99 buyer.
Right. And here was kind of a little bit of a question mark. Roman Centurion, who was supposed to be in this race and scratched, came back, finished 4th in the San Felipe. I think in general, though, when you look at the big picture, I mean, this is a horse who's flattered by that effort, flattered by the fact that Life is Good, is the only horse that's ever beaten him. And obviously that horse is off the trail now. Is it that simple? Or George, and I'm only saying this because I know George is like a hardcore Medina Spirit guy. But let's be honest. There's a little more pace in this race. Parnelli, the 4-horse, blinkers on, Maldonado up, speed. You got the great one, speed. You have a horse like even Backring Luck who could show some speed. Are you not concerned about that?
I personally am not concerned at all. It's like Occam's razor. A lot of times the easiest definition is the correct answer. Medina Spirit. Remember Matt? I think Matt had Roman Centurion that day, and I thought it was going to go right by Medina Spirit, and Medina Spirit just kept fighting. Comes back in the San Felipe, the same cast of characters except for Life is Good, and Life is Good beat him, but none of the others could get past him. Even the horse on the inside, Peter Urton's horse, Dream Shake, had every right to go by. It wouldn't go by. You add to that fact that Jay Priven reported that Medina Spirit had an partially entrapped epiglottis. I know when my epiglottis is trapped, I can't do nothing. So, even with the epiglottis trapped, still managed to win. I think this one is sitting, Bob said he's sitting on his best effort to date, and I think that he's going to win this race.
I agree.
Bram, thoughts on Medina Spirit? Any vulnerabilities?
Not betting on that horse. It's not happening.
Yeah,
not happening. He's on
our pick 6 ticket.
Okay, all right. So here's how I see it. All right. So the real contenders here all got blown out. And I get it. The horse that blew them out isn't here right now. right? But they did. And oftentimes, I think we find that we're expecting them to do something they didn't do the last time, even though maybe they were just up against a monster. So I'm trying to figure out, like, which one of these is going to have the bounce back. And if the number is going to be better on Dream Shake, I am more likely to lean that way. And the other one I like is the Great One right now, which had a really off race the last time. So what we're looking for here is a horse to have a massive bounce back after getting blown out. And I don't really think that that's predictable. You know, like, I think that's the hard part here. We're going, who's best of the rest? Because the monster that would be running in this race isn't running in this race. And that's why I have a hard time really giving a ton of support to any of them. I think Medina Spirit clearly is going to be a favorite here. And that's another reason why I'm probably not going to bet on him. Clearly going to be a favorite here. But it's not like he was close in that last race. And I do wonder what that does here moving forward. But you are asking anyone to have a bounce back off of what happened last time. And so that's why I'm more inclined to go a different direction with a different price, where it feels like there's more of an even matchup this time around.
Yeah. No, look, I like where your head is at, and I'm going to elaborate. You know, we've got some time here until the Run-Happy Santa Anita Derby. By the way, I should mention the guy calling that race, Frank Mirahmadi, is going to be joining us live from the booth at Santa Anita here in just a little while. Right now, again, you're looking at the horses for the Santa Anita Oaks. Your favorite right now at 4-5, the 5 horse, Beautiful Gift. Down on the rail, your second choice at 5-2, Miraz. But the big betting opportunities really come in the next few races. We've got the big guaranteed mandatory payout in the pick 6. That's coming up starting in race 7. Big, well, not that big, but a bigger, certainly bigger than this, allowance field lined up for that one. And then some bigger fields coming up later in the sequence. So a lot of money to be made, a lot of opportunities to make money as we take you through this show here.
Yeah.
We've got a few minutes here until the Santa Anita Oaks. And since we do, wanted to take a look back at some of the past few years, really going back a little while here, at the Santa Anita Derby, because this race in particular has really been sort of a pathway, a gateway to the Kentucky Derby. We've seen so many great horses come through Santa Anita before going on to win the Kentucky Derby.
And it would have been if Life is Good was racing today.
And it would have been, yeah,
that's another conversation
that we're about to show you. Enjoy.
Creative Cause has Dead Aim. What's coming out on him now? I'll have another coming home gamely down the centre. I'll have another Creative Cause on the inside. Blue Skies and Rainbows, a three-way thriller. I'll have another Creative Cause. I'll have another Zen Front Creative Cause. They hit it together. I'll have another. And California Chrome gliding along. He's gone clear by 4 as they come to the 8th pole. And California Chrome is absolutely sensational. California Chrome will be carrying the hopes of California all the way to the Kentucky Derby. He waltzed home under Victor Espinoza.
Smith looks confident on Justify reaching the top of the stretch. Back in third is Core Beliefs, then Instilled Regard, Pepe Tonio. Justify leading past the 8th pole. He's a couple of lengths in front. Bolt Doro is closing on the inside. It's Justify by 3/4 of a length. Bolt Doro trying ever so hard, but Justify, another exhilarating exhibition by the supremely gifted athlete.
You hear that? The California Derby?
Derby.
How fun to go, by the way, from watching Justify there to, again, the 3 in this race is from the direct family of Justify. I think it's a fun tie-in.
Take note. That's the reason I drink this.
I love it. I do love
Whenever Ren's selling.
Ren's the pedigree queen, man. She knows.
They made a beer after her. They named an actual beer.
They named a beer after me. They did. You are absolutely right. I was the inspiration for that beer.
Deservedly so.
Now I feel like I should get endorsement deal here. Can we make that happen?
You should. You bring info that most of us can't make any sense of. So respect to you for that. And Ren, since last season, we mentioned this in the last show, you're doing picks and analysis right now for Tampa Bay Downs.
I am, and it's so much fun, and there are so many price horses that make sense if you really do your homework. But as you know, I had a tough beat today, so I'm still sour about it. But just to go show you, if you understand pedigree, for example, you can find a horse that goes off at 32-1. And then puts in a gangbusters performance only to get blocked in the stretch and have to settle for second. But, I'm not complaining.
We know the feeling. Bram, by the way, good news for you potentially. I know you've always wanted to be a track announcer. Richard Grunder is retiring at the end of the season at Tampa.
I'm so sad about that. I'm so
sad. Are you sending my resume in? Is that like...
Already
have. What's happening? Dan, are you trying to be my agent? Is that what's going on right now?
Dude, they would be very fortunate to have you step in. But Richard Grunder, those would be big shoes to fill. I can tell you that. He's been there forever. You see the horses getting ready to go into the gate for the.
Who are you guys taking? Who did you guys end up with?
The 3.
Would you take the 3? Soothsay, George. Soothsay.
I went with the 5. Beautiful Gift.
5. Bram.
Reluctantly Soothsay. That's the way I'm going.
I'm going to go reluctantly Beautiful Gift. Here we go. Let's put the sound on for you.
Soothsay is quick away from the gate. Miraz matches strides, and they're joined 3 wide by Beautiful Gift, who takes second now. Javanika's at the back of the field. Miraz will set the pace, and she leads by 1.5 lengths. Beautiful Gift will track from second. Soothsay, Javanika together third and fourth. They're heading to the 6 furlong pole, and it's Miraz trying to slow things down. Leads 3/4 length. Beautiful Gift second, 1.5 lengths. Javanika on the outside of Soothsay, 3 lengths covers them, and they're on to the back stretch. Miraz in that rematch with Beautiful Gift. They're head and head now with Miraz in front just over a neck. Another 2 lengths, Soothsay and Javanika. They're coming to the half-mile pole in the Santa Anita Oaks. Umberto Rispoli and Miraz showing the way. Soothsay has a little bit of room at the rail, and she's going to make an early bid. And there goes Soothsay, making a move and taking command with 3 furlongs to run. Miraz is in between horses, and Beautiful Gift on the outside. 3 of them now right across the track. Another 3, Javanika. They have 1/4 mile to go. Soothsay on the inside, Miraz in between, and Beautiful Gift. These 3 going at it with 3/16 mile to go. Soothsay set down and goes on strongly, chased intently by Beautiful Gift. As Miraz drops back to third, they're coming to the 16th pole. Soothsay or Beautiful Gift in a showdown. Beautiful Gift on the outside. Soothsay, Beautiful Gift. Soothsay, a stellar performance, winning the Santa Anita.
This is what we told Dan Tordjman earlier today. Ren and Bram are going to take him down.
What's he going to do, Dan Tordjman?
What?
You know what's up. You cannot fight the pedigree. Justify the family of Justify.
You just got 4-1 in a 4-horse field.
Right.
I mean, Ren and Bram just giving you free money right now.
Yeah.
Where Ren and Bram, where can people send their letters of thanks and baskets of fruit and
I'll just take the track announcer job as a thank you. Thanks, Dad. For Ren, Ren should be paid for these. You should be sending donations to her immediately.
I can post my PayPal later.
On big days like today, big jocks really show up, and that was just a brilliant move by Pratt.
Yeah.
That he saw that opening, he saw the pace was slow, he made a move to the front there. That was all Pratt, and just a really heads-up ride by him, and we're going to see a lot of headsy rides by Pratt, and I think Velasquez as the day goes on.
I honestly, Brilliant Cut not being in this race was a humongous difference. I mean, it changed everything about the way that I thought that this thing could play out, and the only shot was going to be Soothsay, and so you had to take your shot, and I agree. 4-1 in a 4-horse field, that's ridiculous. Wow. Okay, that's absolutely ridiculous. That was a gift.
Yeah.
Thank you, Lord. I'll take it.
It's a great start. We got more races to come. By the way, in addition to Santa Anita, we know there are big races across the country, 3 Kentucky Derby preps. The Wood Memorial at Aqueduct is only a couple minutes away. I don't know if you guys have had a chance to take a close look at the race. I have. I really like Crowded Trade, the 2-horse, currently 6-1, which I think is kind of a big price. I would get in on that. Risk Taking is the favorite right now. The 4-horse for Chad Brown. The other interesting horse is Prevalence, coming in from Gulfstream off a couple of big wins, stretching out 5-2 right now. Prevalence, and then the rest of it is just 5-1 and up. Ren
7-1 on Weyburn right now. 7-1.
7-1 on Weyburn. Yep.
7-1.
Yep. Ren, any thoughts on the Wood?
I don't have any thoughts on the Wood. I'm actually, to be completely honest with you, I'm a little distracted because the Madison at Keeneland,
that's also going off,
is going to be going off. And I have a huge, huge soft spot for Kamari that goes beyond just the fact that she's obviously a very game racehorse. But she, speaking of pedigree, hails from the direct female line of a stallion that we used to own. And so I have even more of a soft spot for her. She's very, close to my heart because of that. So I was just kind of curious how she looked here in the post parade. So I'm sorry, I don't have a Wood analysis for you.
Ren, the one I like there is Candyman Rocket. Did you get to see him at all when he ran the Tampa Bay Derby?
I actually do analysis remotely. So no, I was not on site for the Tampa Bay Derby. But I mean, the horse obviously looked great, great flash, what you would expect from a Mott horse. But as far as the Wood goes, let me pull it up.
He really disappointed there, but I think he's going to bounce back with a much, much better effort. Candyman Rocket here today at the Wood.
By the way, showing some of the comments, Ren, I'm cutting you off only to tell you that all of the credit for that last race on Soothsay is going to you and not to Bram.
Oh, well.
I'm not offended by it. I think it belongs.
Ren, there you go, Ren.
Maybe it's because Bram liked her because he could, being a little bit of the contrarian, whereas I had like the justified passion for her. I don't know. but Bram liked her, and liking her is liking her. So yeah, he gets credit.
Listen, if I was watching this show and I was talking, I would just hear meh, 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 and then you're talking. I'm like, what's that? So it's fine. I'll be the Charlie Brown teacher. It's fine. We all know what happened here. We both got it right. It's fine.
That's right. How you get there, so long as you get there. Correct. But yeah, what you were saying, George, about Candyman Rocket and the Sam F. Davison. Yeah, you're right. On Tampa Bay Derby Day, but he's still a horse that just always looks really good, that has looked consistently good in the flesh. Let me see here. I'm just trying to pull up to see. It's been a long day. You guys talk.
Interesting tidbit, since we got a minute here in the RUNHAPPY Santa Anita Derby is Defunded. Defunded is a Bob Baffert runner that first time out at Del Mar just threw an absolute fit at the gate, just a ridiculous fit. Still kind of ran third despite that. Baffert said they took this one to work from the gate, and in the works, trying to get gate works out of him, also threw major fits at the gate. So they finally decided to geld him. He came back after being gelded and ran in that sprint race that made a special race. And what a great turn of foot late. So they're giving him a chance to see if he can handle the 2 turns. Gelding him certainly seems to have been the right choice. So there's a runner that you might take a chance at. And if you bet through first bet right there, you get up to $20 to win. You bet on $20 to win on a horse. And if he comes in second or third, you get your $20 back. If he wins, of course, you win money. So that's a good promotion there for the RUNHAPPY Santa Anita Derby. And Defunded, seems to have a reason to not run well, gelded, and now is doing well.
Not that this will last, but the 70-1 Market Maven is front running on the backstretch of the Wood Memorial right now. I can't imagine that lasts, but we'll
24-4 first quarter. Weyburn on his tail. It looks like Prevalence, to be honest, is under a bit of an early ride here, and it just kind of is. Tyler Gaffleon looks like he's trying to keep Prevalence interested. And then you have Candyman Rocket making a bit of an early move. Down on the rail, Brooklyn Strong is under a bit of a heavy ride, does not seem to be responding yet. And then you've got a wide move, an even wider move by Dynamic One. Let's see. Off the turn here, it looks like it's going to be Wayburn on the lead, but he certainly doesn't look loaded for bear. I mean, I could see him flattening out here.
Dynamic One, 12 to 1. Fletcher horse is going to win.
Now, this is my horse here, the 2-horse Crowded Trade. If Crowded Trade could straighten out a little bit, that was my pick in this race. Also on the far outside, Bourbonic.
Bourbonic, 70 to 1 just won the Wood Memorial.
Oh, my God.
70 to 1.
Totally my long shot price. I hope my dad played it. I hope he played it. I told him to play Bourbonic.
Pletcher goes 1-2 at the Wood Memorial. His winner is 70 to 1. His second place horse is 15 to 1.
You guys are gonna for sure go, oh yeah, right. But I was about to say to you, right when you, no. Right when you said that the race was off, I was like, oh, forget, I won't say anything. I was like, how the heck are you getting Todd Pletcher at this price with the son of Bernardini? It's 72 to 1.
70 to 1 won, 15 to 1 came in second. Pletcher goes 1-2. Carmouche on the 3-horse Bourbonic.
I literally told my dad before we went live, I love the 2, but use the 3 in your combinations.
Please tell me you did.
I wish you would have said that, I don't know, 5 minutes ago.
I got to wear this hat for the Wood as well for New York. I got to put this hat on.
Oh, my God. My dad hit the try. He just texted me. He hit the try.
It's going to be huge.
Max, next time I see you, treat a girl to a little beverage.
Wow.
Easy come, easy go, Ren. Looks like Dan's dad is the new star of the show.
I know. What a stud.
We ought to bring him in. All right, George, I know you got to get back to business. We've got guests on deck. Do you want to just real quick give us how you're going to play the Run Happy Santa Anita Derby?
Well, I mean, I'm definitely going to be keying Medina Spirit on top. And bet him to win in that, like I said, that great promotion that they got on First Bet. And then I talked to Peter Urton. He expects a big effort from Dream Shake. I'm going to use Dream Shake and defund it in second. Maybe Otto the Legend could be a sneaky good runner, I think. Otto the Legend ran really well breaking. Asmussen is not bringing this horse all the way to California for nothing. So I think he's got a big shot as well, maybe to round out the trifecta. Hey, it's been a pleasure being on the show. You guys are fantastic. And Frank Mirahmadi's coming on later. I love that guy.
He's my friend.
He's great. All right, see you guys.
Joe, enjoy the day. Enjoy the rest of it. Be good.
I'm waiting to see the price on this thing, Dan. Holy cow!
I hope. I mean,
72 to 1, 15 to 1, 5 to 2. That's the finish.
Oh my God!
My dad's been trying for a while. He needed one. I'm going to bring in a guy who knows all about hitting big tickets. Chris Felica.
Hi.
Howdy. I certainly didn't hit that big ticket. That's for sure. that was a tough one coming out of Parks to and other than to win the Wood. How about that?
Paul LaDuca
go ahead, Ren. Sorry.
Paul LaDuca used to always say, "Leave out Pletcher, leave on a stretcher."
I mean, I think it should be illegal to have a Pletcher horse go off at 72 to 1.
Right? That's ridiculous.
So I'm just going to mention a couple things. First of all, I hate myself because I didn't publicly tout this horse because I thought, you know what? I've been throwing out some bombs lately. They've been coming in, but this would be a stretch. People are going to accuse me of just kind of picking long shots. So that's why I left.
Did you grab your text messaging, or did you call? Was it calling? Did you call him?
I called him.
Oh.
Well, actually, no. I might be on text. I could show it on. Let me see. I could show it.
Please grab your text message.
On text.
Yeah.
But the other thing is, you mentioned Chris Parks. So what I ended up doing, don't ask me why I did this. I'm sick. I ended up not only watching the replay of that race, I ended up pulling up the chart that day, and I noticed that in 7 of the 10 races that day, the horses who finished first and second were on the lead throughout. So and then gave it up later, whatever else. So that was a heavily speed biased track that day, and I'm assuming Parks usually, if you get to the front, you're gonna stay there. Bourbonic came from the clouds and finished third, and so I thought, all in all, it was an impressive move, and I thought putting him in here, they must have some confidence in him. The fact that he made a move that no other horse made that day seemed interesting. He was 30 to 1 morning line. I think he was going to go off at 70 something to 1, but again, it was kind of just more of a let me take a stab with this one. Okay, hold on.
What did it end up paying? Let me see here.
It's not up yet.
Oh no, it is. It's up. It is up. The trifecta for 50 cents returns $1,710.50.
Can you see any of that?
Yes.
Not really, Dan.
The 2 is good in the wood. Don't cancel your bet, but do a ticket. King him on top with a 3 under.
Exacta 453.
What did the try pay?
50 cent trifecta 1710.
Yep.
Whoa, really?
Yes.
Yeah.
Daddy's got to treat you to dinner.
Yeah, send me some Venmo money because I'm losing everywhere else. So send me some money.
By the way, stop me if you've heard this before. Wesley Ward won a stakes race at Keeneland.
Kamari! Did she win the Madison?
Yeah, she did. Easily.
Yes.
Like 1 to 9?
3 to 5.
All right.
No, you weren't in when I was talking about this, so you probably are wondering why I'm so excited over a 3 to 5 shot winning. I was just saying earlier, she's related to a horse that my family used to own, so I've always had a soft spot for her, and I love Wesley too, so I'm super happy for Kamari and company.
For anyone who cares, by the way, Final Four is a blowout. Baylor is up 45 to 20.
Well, that's what I just tweeted out. I said there's some really good races coming on in the next hour and a half or so until Gonzaga and UCLA tips.
The Final Four's turned into a waste of time. Houston put up 20 total points in the first half.
This is all Rutgers' fault.
It is all Rutgers' fault. Had they held on, Cuse would have advanced.
That's because Rutgers played prevent defense. I don't know
prevent offense.
Houston.
Ren's like, stop talking about basketball.
No. It's just the smile on Kendrick Carmouche right now. It's just so endearing. I love it. Fabulous.
He won. What did he win last year? He won a big race last year.
Timber. True Timber. The cigar.
Pennsylvania Derby?
Yeah, the cigar. Yeah, what's it? Because Kendrick has been, he rode. I mean, it's funny. It's a Parks horse. He rode at Parks for all these years. And he shows up in New York, and it's like, can this guy from Parks, who's been running at Parks? I mean, Carmouche has been spectacular.
I like that. Hey, who's this guy from Parks?
Who's the guy from Parks? Who is he?
What are you doing here? Would you get lost? Get out of here.
Well, yeah, listen to you guys talking about some other sport I know nothing about. So
it's the Final Four, Ren. Okay,
yeah,
I'm not bringing up some regular season hockey game between the Flames and the Wild. Okay,
let me tell you about that game.
But no, look, we got the Fantastic Four right here.
We do.
Bluegrass takes 28 minutes, by the way, Dan. Bluegrass, 28 minutes.
Bluegrass in 28 minutes. We've got the Pick 6 coming up at Santa Anita, and we could just put the screen up here real quick. This is a replay of the last race, so don't panic. You're not missing anything. The 7th race, you could see the jackpot, the Pick 6, $551,000 starts in race 7. 30 minutes from now, we're going to get to that. Bear, we talked about we've been exchanging emails the past 2 days here about this Pick 6 sequence. I don't want to throw too much at you, but kick us off here in this Pick 6 here, race 7. We got a nice allowance race. How did you see this race going?
I don't think there's much competition up top on the front end of this race with Rip City. I think obviously he will be on the lead, and I hate starting off a sequence with a favorite, but I think Rip City absolutely figures, and then the horse on the outside, Coast of Rhone, might appreciate the stretch out as well, going from 6.5 to around. So I mean, I think it's 7-8. Anything else in here would be a surprise in my eyes. So this might be a race where you just kind of get by with one of the top 2 choices, and then potentially look for a price later on in the sequence.
Before we get other thoughts here on this race, was there a horse or horses later on in the sequence that jumped out to you that could potentially spice this Pick 6 up?
Yeah, well, I am absolutely against Medina Spirit in the Santa Anita Derby. I mean, I don't. I know everybody loves this horse, but like someone had to be the horse that just chased the fast fractions, but behind Life is Good last time out and finished second. Like, I don't know. I'm not a breeding expert or anything, but Protonico, doesn't he stand for like 5,000? And you're telling me this is a horse that's going to deserve to go up probably 8 to 5 or so?
No, here's the thing. This horse, he's already been, even apart from the pedigree situation, because the horse has shown enough on track at this point, and to have thrown down the way he did with Hot Rod Charlie right there, and then to have Hot Rod Charlie flatter the form to go on, win the Louisiana Derby, and put up a 99 Fire figure, which I believe is one of the best figures we've had from the 3-year-olds so far. That's flattering the form. And then going into that last race of San Felipe, as George was mentioning before, the horse had a slight
epiglottis.
There we go. Thank you. I can't even say it.
It's tough to say.
Yeah, I know, right? So he has a legitimate excuse there. He's had that resolved, and it's a very minor procedure. So he has, again, an excuse. And anyway, to lose the horse like Life is Good, by that margin, when you have a legitimate excuse, I think makes him still a horse that you should respect here today.
Yeah, so I'm leaning towards Dream Shake and Rock Your World, one of those two. I think the great one is obviously going to be someone that's going to determine whether Medina Spirit will be around late in that race. I think the Royal Heroine after that, I think like anybody but the horse on the far outside, I think can win. Is there really that much difference between the 8-5 favorite Charmaine's Mia and a horse like Tapwater or Ride for the Cause? I mean, I really don't think so. So I think those are a couple of potential price options there. The Evening Jewel, I like a horse who's still a maiden in that race. I like the 3-5 Pharaoh, who was well meant in her debut, drew the rail. It was 3-1 and got beat by Prayer for My Owner, who was on the outside in this race. So that's another price horse that I would consider looking at there. The 11th race, I think, is another wide open type race. I mean, I can make a case for like four horses in here. I think Noble Hearted, obviously, shorter price, second versus winner figures. Lavender, I think, with John Sadler, 6-1 morning line is nice, as is the Mike McCarthy horse on the rail. Good on paper, I think, is someone coming off of a little bit of a layoff can figure in. And then the last race, I think, obviously the Chosen Run is probably the horse to beat, and I'm guessing a lot of people are probably going to single that horse. If you're looking for a price to potentially win that race, I think maybe you could look at the 5 Found My Ball or the 11 Mr. Bold might be another long shot. So those are the non-favorites that I potentially am looking at to spice up my ticket.
Well, hell, you took us right through the sequence there.
I tried. You say you didn't want to throw too much at me, so I figured I'd eliminate any more questions by going filibuster here.
There you go. Go grab a beer. Go to the bathroom. Do what you got to do. There you go. What are you drinking?
It's just a little Gatorade Zero. By the way, I'm like a big citrus cooler guy for Gatorade, but I can never find it. So someone told me if you take the orange and if you take the lemon lime and you mix it, that's basically citrus cooler. So that's my new thing now.
You 100% week after week.
Mixology.
Week after week, whether we intend it or not, people are learning things here on this show that they just can't get anywhere else.
No,
honestly, Chris, like if we send this clip to Gatorade, it's possible the bear flavored Gatorade Zero will be created, and that's a distinct possibility off of this.
Yeah, I would like that. We'll have to get the Coke people involved because that might be some like beverage competition between the Gatorade company and the Coke company, and being Coke is the official sponsor of a lot of our game-based stuff. So I don't want to get in trouble here.
Well, it was far-fetched to start with, but that's fine. We can get the lawyers involved if you want to. I mean, like just me saying they're going to make a drink for you doesn't make it happen.
Yes, it does.
If you want to go all the way and really think it through, we'll hire some lawyers.
We're going to do it.
You guys are talking about. I'm envisioning the logo already. I see like the bear freeze, like freeze with like the icicles coming down. I see it.
Yeah.
I like the way you think.
Yeah, I'm going to be the new. Where am I going to be the track announcer, Dan? I forgot.
Where am I? You're going to Tampa. You're going to replace Richard Grundy.
Oh, that's right. I'm moving to Tampa. You're going to get your own beverage line. Ren, what do you got? What are you up for?
I'm going to get an endorsement deal with Pedigree Beer. Ooh. And whoever wants to hire me, that I can do a job that doesn't compromise morals.
So, on that note.
I was going to say, hard right.
I will tell you who I like in this upcoming race.
All right, let's get the prices
up.
That's
a great name for a horse, by the way. Compromised Morals. That would really be a great horse name.
Is that under 18?
I don't know.
Yeah, we can make it that way. I
was going to say, lose an E or something. Exactly.
This race, by the way, and Chris mentioned it, the 7-horse Rip City. If this race is run the way these horses have run before, Rip City is going to be walking on the lead.
Mm-hmm. It's possible.
Should kick away. I mean, there's no one who's really shown the kind of speed it would take to keep up with Rip City, though I will say Coast of Rhone stretching out. You never know. And I think, Chris, you mentioned him as one who could potentially be in the mix. But I know, and I set this up for Ren, Ren has got a massive case to make for another horse that we haven't even talked about.
I do. And I'm going to preface this with the disclaimer, don't blame me if this doesn't pan out. But you have to take your swings when you think there's an opportunity. And I think there's an opportunity in here with the number 4 Motown Music. You're talking about how there might be lone speed in this race, but we don't know for sure because we've never seen Motown Music on grass. He may move up substantially over the surface. You're by Quality Road. You're out of Queenswood, who's by Tiz. Now, by the way, we just were talking about True Timber. He's a half brother to True Timber. And I know True Timber, dirt horse, won the Cigar Mile. But here's the deal, okay? You have plenty of turf influence in the pedigree. Quality Road has some turf influences that he brings to the table. But more importantly here on the female side of it, he hails from the female family that is responsible for Group 1 winner Regal State, who won the Prix Morny before producing, by the way, Breeders' Cup Classic and Dubai World Champ, Pleasantly Perfect. But the family also includes European champion Elusive Kate and other Group 1 winners, including Seven Springs and 2-time highweights Distant View. So you've got all the pedigree credentials you could want here to think that this horse can move up substantially on grass. And you've got a very capable jockey on board and, obviously a trainer. So let's see what he can do getting on the green and potentially making some.
I like it. Bram, you've been on the green.
I don't think we're talking about the same thing.
What do you got?
This was a family-friendly show for a while there. I compromised morals, and all of a sudden, you're all over me. All right, listen. I think Rip City is impossible not to see as a heavy favorite here, but I do like Coast of Rhone to potentially pull it off. And the one I like that I'm getting a number with is the 3 Storm the Bastille. That's the one that I think we got a shot with here. Extremely inconsistent, which is not something I particularly like, but extremely inconsistent. That said, second go of 2021, best race. I
can see that horse.
Best race in months. So, that being the case, if that is going to be a precursor to what happens here today at 9-1 or potentially even better, I like that number. So if I'm going to try to steal something here, I like Storm the Bastille today.
I love it. And actually, you can look at our ticket right here. This is our pick 6 starting in race 7. It's a bit of a hefty pick 6. So if you're watching at home, you're like, wow, they've got a lot of horses. We got a lot of people. So
you're not fat shaming our ticket, are you?
Yeah, come on.
We got a lot of horses. I mean, but
That's good.
We're
fat shaming ticket. That's good.
Come on. And that's what people should do. Like we talked about this last week. Actually, I should show the video. Like Blackjack Fletcher, who hosts a show every Friday with Danielle Monet on this channel. They were at Gulfstream. They played a pick 6 ticket. And what they did was they were like, we're going to sort of like crowdsource money and selections. And hopefully we're going to hit. Here's what happened.
Oh, wow.
Blackjack Fletcher, Danielle Monet on site and very excited. What's going on?
Danny, we're playing a pick 6 ticket. They're giving it away today. It's like $8.5 million.
We're alive in the pick 6 with one race to go. That one race being the Florida Derby. All the people watching, who are the horses now to close out this pick 6? Who are we alive to?
We have Known Agenda, Soup and Sandwich. We have Spielberg, and we have the Sassy horse.
Collaborate.
That's
Collaborate.
Collaborate.
All right. So 5, 8, 9, 10.
And they're off in the Curlin Florida Derby.
Come on, Tyler! Come on, Tyler! Find something, Tyler! Come on!
12-1, Known Agenda is now on the team over the lead. It's Known Agenda and Irad Ortiz Jr. now moving away from Soup and Sandwich, who's back to second. Then Greatest Honor and Nova Rags, 16th to go. It's Fletcher in the Derby again. It's Known Agenda.
Yes! I'm never going to a racetrack without this girl ever again. Ever again.
That horse is only on this ticket because of you.
What, Noon Agenda?
Yes. Only because of you.
I can't confirm this, but we have a comment that says the pick six paid $3,862.
No.
Not a girl.
So we
Not a girl.
Major props to them for just tossing the favorite. Not even on the ticket. Good for them.
But do we see history repeating itself here? Now, we didn't toss Medina Spirit, but someone
or with City, or really any of them for that matter.
But we're covered.
No,
We have coverage.
I texted. Did I text Ren or did I text? I texted you this morning, right? I said, like,
you wanted to cut. You asked me about cutting Motown music. I was like, that's my favorite horse on the.
But didn't I tell you I want to cut Medina Spirit too?
You did. I was like, no. And as far as what Chris was talking about regarding Protonico, you also do have to take in mind Protonico himself. I mean, a multiple graded stakes winner. This is, Medina Spirit represents his first crop, so he hasn't even been at stud long. So the stud fee was really more set simply because he wasn't coming in with these giant credentials. But Protonico himself, I mean, he is royally bred because he's Giants Causeway over AP Indy. And then you've got some, really nice pedigree on the bottom of Medina Spirit as well. So it may look like a bargain on the front, of it when you look at the form and you look at the stud fee and all of that. But there's a reason that Bob Baffert and company have this horse.
There's hidden pedigree, basically. There's stuff there that you may not see at face value. Look, Baffert, we talked about. And earlier today, the other Baffert won. There was a horse named Bobby Bow, which, by the way, never bet on anything named Bobby Bow. Not a horse, not a person, none of it. Bobby Bow.
The Mets did. The Mets bet on him for about 40 years.
Never do that again. Never do that. The horse was 3-5, was up the track. But horse trained by Bob Baffert, right? Mm-hmm. The other Baffert won that race at 5-1. The other Baffert coming up in the RUNHAPPY Santa Anita Derby is a horse named Defunded.
You're not saying it right. The other Baffert.
The other Baffert is a horse named Defunded. And this horse Defunded, by the way, if you haven't seen the replay of Defunded's last race, you need to check it out. So what we're going to do, we're going to show it to you.
Nice.
Watch what this horse overcame and watch how he won this race.
Outside of them, cherubic factor, vantage point, and a distance to Sal and Louis. They're at the top of the stretch, and it's Mr. Impossible who takes the lead, chased now by Following C, and on the outside, here comes Defunded. Following C, Defunded, but Defunded is under a hand ride and cruises to the front. It will be Defunded to pull away. An impressive win for Defunded.
Nice. So Matt Carothers likes that horse.
The way he won was ridiculous. If you saw the setup a little bit, the horse was wide all the way. You kind of saw at the beginning there, he kind of gets squeezed. He's behind horses, just biding his time. Mike Smith ultimately just goes by those horses, just kind of just blows by them. Are you guys excited about this horse, Defunded? Chris, Bram?
He should appreciate the other distance. That's for sure.
Yeah. Bram, you buy this horse?
The problem here is Baffert, okay? Like to say anything, well, it's the problem here because to say on this track, with his horses, to say anything dismissive about him is really stupid. It gets to the point where he has an arsenal of contenders unlike anyone I've really seen. I think I had Felica on the horsepower show that we do here a couple weeks ago, and I asked him, do you think he's bad for horse racing? Because he's like Nick Saban. He wins so much that it's ridiculous. And he's got if we're all going to go against Medina Spirit, we do it at our own risk because it's Baffert. And if it's not that one, how do you go against the second one in the field? It's hard to do. And yet I'm going to be making a case in about an hour that I'm not taking either one of them. And I feel like I'm consistently on the wrong side by saying anything like that. Like he is one of, and I don't think it's celebrated enough in sports in general. he is one of the most dominant forces in all of sports right now over the last, I don't know, 5 to 7, 8 years, whatever the run has been. And it's almost unmatched with the amount of things that he has been able to accomplish on an annual basis with the Triple Crowns and a horse that didn't run as a 2-year-old and won the way that he won. And that every year he comes back, and think about what happened last year where he had Nadal gets hurt. He's running in the fall. He's winning anyway. It's really, life is good goes out. Doesn't matter. He has other contenders here. It's really remarkable what he puts out there week after week, no matter what happens. And so while I won't be betting on him, I feel like that's just the wrong thing to even say right now.
Well, what was I doing, by the way, on March 6th? I know it was not playing Santa Anita because this horse checks all the boxes on meetings that I would have played. Horse was 5-2 with Delmar last year, broke from the rail, had trouble and didn't run, and comes back off the layoffs, outside draw 9-1. Gosh, whatever I was doing March 6th was not as profitable as what I could have been doing. That's for sure.
That was San Felipe Day, actually, right? Didn't we close that show with like a look ahead or some sort of thing? I'm trying to remember what it was exactly, but somebody liked that horse.
Well, I'll tell you. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead, Ren.
I was just going to say real quick, because the last Aqueduct, Matt Carothers, my husband, when he dropped this off, he told me that his best bet of the entire day of any track is coming up here in the last race at Aqueduct.
Bring it.
2-horse, just awful. And he showed me the replay last night. I do have to agree. The trip this horse had was awful last.
Wait, which horse? Which horse is it?
The 2-horse in the last at Aqueduct. It's his best
8 weeks
bet.
long?
I guess. I don't have it right now.
I'm betting right now. The 2-horse that you only got a minute to post, so just go ahead and bet this, and then as we're betting it, Ren, you could tell us the story.
Oh well, I mean, it's just real short. Just the horse had a horrendous trip last out, was in, was out, had so much horse coming into the stretch, but at that point when the horse got clear, it was too late. So he's been, very excited about this horse from watching that replay last night into today, and again, best bet of any card, any track. Well, obviously any track. So there you go. Race
when Matt Carothers
the last race at Aqueduct, the 2-horse.
All right. Well, that's coming up. When Matt Carothers has a feeling on a horse, you just bet it. I've learned from experience. I've sometimes overlooked horses. He's mentioned at 15-1, 20-1. They always hit the board. So this horse right now, you're getting at Aqueduct at 9-1.
8-1, right?
Yeah. Bet the horse. 8 weeks long.
That's the great. I'm not here to kiss up to Matt because of the company we have, but you're right. When Matt's giving out picks, he's not giving out favorites. No. And he's giving price horses, and like you said, they usually run. So I mean, your ROI on his plays has to be pretty darn good.
Thank you for saying
8
that.
weeks long. That's what
random.
people are saying. 8 weeks long.
You bet. They're going in the gate, so bet now.
Fine.
Bet. Hurry. And we also have 7 minutes until the big one from Keeneland, which is the Bluegrass Stakes. Essential quality right now, by the way, 1-2. 1-2.
That's my heart horse of this 3-year-old division.
I mean, you gotta like the horse. I mean, look, the horse has done nothing wrong. You gotta appreciate him. He's been incredible. Loves Keeneland. I mean,
royally bred, undefeated, and sweet too. I mean,
is he sweet personally?
After the Breeders' Cup Juvenile, Brad Cox was so nice because we wanted to get some follow-up package material, and got to go to the barn, and he's a cuddle bug. He's so sweet. And so when you have a horse that's that talented, that royally bred, and on top of it has a tremendous temperament, how can you not fall in love with them?
Fair enough. This guy is not playing around. By the way, seriously, this guy's totally believes in Matt, putting 200 to win.
I hope so. Oh gosh, if this doesn't work out, guys,
don't even allow for that possibility. Don't even allow for it.
Oh my goodness.
He's only in 10th place in the first turn, but no, don't worry about that.
No, the horse is the horse. It's his running style.
It's a 16th turf race. Chris, real quick, we also know that you have to be places. Before we let you go, want a quick thought from you, if you've got one, on the Bluegrass Stakes, which is 5 minutes away. We said
I can't get by Essential Quality.
Yeah,
I mean, he loves the track.
Highly motivated.
I bet him last time out at Aqueduct. I mean, he should improve, but I don't think he has to turn a foot. At least what I saw in that race. I mean, Essential Quality is going to be forwardly placed, and I don't think there's going to be much contesting for him on the. I think the horse is to beat. And I hope he wins. I want an undefeated horse in the Derby.
All right. Odds right now, right here that you're looking at, are for the 7th race at Santa Anita. Huge pick 6 mandatory payout jackpot. The 7 Rip City 4-5 is your favorite. I'm going to tell you, we got somebody here in the green room who I'm just going to let in because he's got huge opinions on the Bluegrass Stakes. Ellis Starr, I know you want in. You want to talk about this Bluegrass. Give it to us.
Hello, everybody. Well, I agree. I mean, Chris, I was talking to somebody yesterday, by the way, who said, I said to him that Cox knows that they don't need the points. And so if another horse really goes at him, at his throat latch, at Essential Quality, maybe the instructions will be don't go. And so he just shook his head and say, no, that's not Brad Cox. So on that token, he is tough. But I'm telling you, looking at the track, looking at highly motivated warm up, those Claravich colors we've already seen today. I can't remember what stakes they won, a couple already, I think. And then, of course, Pletcher with the 1-2 in the wood now with Untreated, who got bet down from 8-1 morning line, currently sitting at 6. I mean, it's a lot to ask off a maiden win, but it's not impossible. I made win bets on both of them trying to beat Essential Quality, even though I did use them all in exotic bets. But highly motivated, I mentioned this on our ABR our stream we did the other day, Dan, just for folks here, that I think Brown entered this horse in the Nyquist Stakes to see how he liked Keeneland, with this race in mind for the spring. Just let's try him in the fall. There's no reason for Brown.
Extremely well, right? He liked it okay, the track?
Yeah, he liked it okay. Yeah, he ran huge. He got a 104 Equibase figure, which
that's the track record, didn't he?
Huh?
He set the track record.
Oh, everybody said track record. People were making fun of the track.
Fair, well played.
But he'll move up second off a layoff, and he got a 102 on the comeback in the Gotham. Now, speaking of the Gotham, Wayburn and Crowd Trade ran 3rd and 4th, so I'm not sure if that really flatters highly motivated. But I'm telling you that cameraman is not leaving him right now on the warm-up. This horse is just getting a warm-up that you don't usually see.
How did they go 50 for the half in that race? I'm sorry. Hi, Ellis, first of all, and I hope you didn't think I was sticking your tongue out when you came in. I was sticking my tongue out based on the pace of that race. First of all, what the heck? And second, why stop trying to save ground, guys, on the rail and getting the horse buried in? As somebody who has, look, I'm not going to tell a jockey how to ride. These guys are the ones that are out there risking their lives. But I personally would rather have a horse clear than getting frustrated on the inside and losing energy because they're like this and having a shortened stride being on the rail. Like, just go. Find yourself some room. But okay, sorry.
You're good.
No, it's just one of those things because when you see, and it's easy for me to say, I'm sitting in a chair. I'm not crouched up, on a horse going X amount, miles per hour. I just would, we kind of saw that. To be fair, I think Greatest Honor obviously would have to improve speed figure-wise also, but we kind of saw, when a horse gets buried on the rail like that, it really does take some starch out of them physically and mentally. Because imagine if you were running in place right?
Mm-hmm.
It can get kind of tiring on those muscles if you can't fully extend yourself. And you get mentally frustrated. So,
makes sense.
Anyway.
Ellis, we've talked about this race, and we've looked at it from a couple different angles. Ren really likes the 4-horse in here. Motown Music, I really like, and I think Bram likes a little bit. Storm the Bastille.
Yeah.
Chris, it's Rip City and maybe Coast of Rhone. Tell us how you see this race. Do you see anybody getting past Rip City?
I looked at it real quick as part of that ticket that you guys let me in on that I kind of messed up, and thank you for Ren for moving aside a horse. I think Rip City and Storm the Bastille, if I had gone myself played my own ticket, I would just use those 2 in the race. I don't think you get by a horse like that, and let's just get through this first leg, and then we get some decent shots going forward because the Derby itself is really wide open, and then you've got the great turf races and those 2 Calbred stakes.
Chris, before we let you go, can I ask you for one favor? Because you did this so well last time we had you on.
Mm-hmm.
You are one of your hidden talents is race calling. And
wait a minute, that's my job, Dan. What happened?
Well, listen, we're keeping we want to keep the pipes, warm for the Tampa Bay tryout. But for now, I think Chris really needs to call the Bluegrass Stakes for us. They're going.
All right, I can try.
There you go. There you go. Grab a little drink. Get ready.
Been a cold, windy, dry day here in the state of Connecticut. So I definitely have to stay hydrated.
I got a little 4-horse box in the Exacta in the Bluegrass, and I'm hoping Rombauer with 27-1 sneaks up there.
Your horse. Isn't that your horse, Dan? Rombauer?
I've loved Rombauer. I've kind of overlooked him this week. We'll see. My crazy price horse would be the 6 horse here. If you haven't bet the race, I would throw the 6 horse in your combination.
75-1, Dad. 75.
Yeah, we've seen that happen already today.
I'll just mention it. I'll mention it. I don't think the horse is going to win, but I'll mention. I think the horse could hit the board.
Highly motivated, showing a lot more speed today, right to the front.
All right.
Essential quality is hooked right to him. Didn't corner too well. Essential quality is out very wide. Actually, I had the right horse.
Yep,
I had the right horse, but the track master did not have the right horse. They had it as hush of a storm. So it is highly motivated, taking him through the quarter in 23-4 with essential quality right to his outside. On the inside is the aforementioned Rombauer in third, getting the ground-saving trip. But again, it is unchanged, highly motivated, and essential quality through a half in 48-1. And they have 2 lengths on Rombauer in third. On Go is getting asked for a little run in fourth. Now he takes a slight edge for third, but it is going to be a match race between highly motivated and essential quality as they approach midway through the far turn, 3 quarters in 112-1, and highly motivated still has the lead, but essential quality is right to his outside, and essential quality has been asked, and essential quality has said go, but highly motivated is digging in and not giving up this lead. Essential quality is going to need a little bit more. It's on the outside. Essential quality starting to get there. Essential quality and highly motivated, it's going to be tight. But I think essential quality has gotten there very late.
Wow.
I love him.
Hey, highly motivated ran a big race.
Highly motivated ran a huge race.
Highly motivated tried to float him out.
But that was the only way highly motivated could win. Highly motivated, the only way he was going to win was to get the jump on him because he wasn't going to be able to pass him in the lane. So that is a great ride, and he just got beat by a better horse. Barely.
And that's flattering too, because that horse, like Chris said, that was a tremendous performance for sure. So wow.
Ellis, both you and I have been touting highly motivated all week. Highly motivated, super green, on the wrong lead for the last 1/8 of a mile there, and still was neck and neck with essential quality. Highly motivated for me as a horse. I like a month from now.
Oh, I don't like that though. I don't. He was on the wrong lead because he switched back to the wrong lead. That's a sign of being tired. So I don't really like that.
You think so?
Oh yeah.
I always interpret as immaturity. It could. I think when you combine that with lugging in, I see that as fatigue. But when it's still running straight, I look at it as.
Think of carrying a suitcase in one arm for a long time. You want to switch off because you're going through the airport, right? Yeah. Switch it off. He was to me, that looked a little tired, but he put in a huge performance. So, I
do that when I'm holding a Subway sandwich. If it's in my right hand for too long,
the strategy, Dan, the strategy was, it didn't work, but the strategy was phenomenal.
It was.
You take it to it. You take him to him. Rosario did everything. He got 23, as Chris called, a fantastic race. 23, 24.5, 24.5. And like I said, the instructions for Brad Cox where I just don't want to lose this race, and I don't care if I don't need the points. So it's going to be very interesting. Highly motivated, definitely I'd love to see him run in a month because I think he's got the breeding by Into Mischief. Last year's winner, Authentic, was by Into Mischief, and love to see it.
No, Into Mischief, obviously you got that Derby winner last year and who then went on to win the Classic. He is obviously, giving his progeny, like you said, a great breathing apparatus. I am still a little concerned for this horse going 1.25 miles in a 20-horse field.
Hey, Bram, did you catch the try?
I bet the exacta.
Oh,
which is terrible. My boy Rombauer came in third there. It was 26 to 1 came in third.
Oh, he
did.
He may have enough points now. He's got enough points, I would think, right? I think
I would think so.
That's good. I like Rombauer.
The top 5 were.
You like Rombauer in the Derby off of that?
No. I don't like him to win, but I like Rombauer. So, maybe I can make a case for him finishing third or something in the Derby.
Getting back to Ellis's point, too, about the Derby with highly motivated, he had to do the dirty work today. He's not going to have to do the dirty work in the Derby. He's going to have someone else up near the lead, and he can probably take a little bit more of his running style, which will be a little bit further off the pace. So, I think there's certainly a reason if you like this horse and you stuck with him, there's certainly, and you're probably going to get now a much better price than what you would have.
Chris, you need to make the back half, front half of the field bet against Ren right now on highly motivated. Ren looks like she thinks highly motivated is going to finish 20th right now.
I didn't say that. I mean, he obviously is tremendously talented. In fact, I would think that win is flattering. I would think that win is flattering for Essential Quality to get up over him. And I think this horse showed a lot of ability before this race. It's just for me, from the standpoint of watching, this race and then also taking in consideration how much of a stamina influence do we have going in? And then also remember that stretch there here at Keeneland, you want to be toward the front when you're turning for home because, you're going to be in better position to finish. Churchill Downs, that stretch is 1,235 feet. You need to be able to go the length of it. And you guys can bet him.
All right, here's the screen right now for the 7th race, start of the pick 6. Real quick, I just want to show our ticket. I also, to be fair, Chris, you've been generous with your time. You could hop off now. You could watch this race.
I'm gonna watch the race with you. I mean, we got to have good karma.
I'm going storm the Bastille here. Storm the Bastille.
Are you a Rush fan, or are you just like the French?
I don't know. Rombauer sounded like Rammstein. Now I'm doing Storm the Bastille.
I saw Rammstein in concert.
You did?
Wow.
I did.
I'd like to hear that story in a moment.
Came out smoothly. Motown Music, Club Aspen.
3478 for Team Livestream.
The Bastille is just behind them, a close-up.
Look, he got the lead. What's up?
Motown Music, Ren with the call.
What's up? I don't know if he can sustain. We'll see what happens.
I don't mind this setup.
By the stands, Motown Music trying to crawl along. 3/4 of a length to Rip City in second. Gauguin, unilateral on the outside.
No, if they don't respect this horse enough. I'm sorry, go ahead, Chris.
I'm a little bit ahead of the feed that you guys have on the stream, so I'm gonna have to maintain my my quiet here. Yeah, I just pulled it up on my online platform. And
from second, Gauguin on the outside of Club Aspen. Then it's Storm the Bastille 5th with 4 to make up. Unilateral outside of him. Coast of Rhone is comfortable enough at this stage, about 4.5 lengths off the lead. And 2 more to Liberal.
I can't believe you would rather have listen to Frank call the race than me. I'm so offended.
He's going to be on in a bit. You guys could share stories.
Okay, well, there's no excuses for this horse. He's had it all his own way up front. So
followed by Unilateral, Coast of Rhone. Liberal has trailed throughout. Motown Music, Rip City turns up the pressure now. Gauguin, Club Aspen in striking range.
This is looking like Rip City.
Yeah.
Rip City.
I tried.
At the top of the stretch. Rip City's in front. Clear sailing for Club Aspen. Here's Coast of Rhone. He's had a very good trip, and he's coming after Rip City, who's built up a 2.5 length lead. These are the two. Rip City, Coast of Rhone chasing with determination, but it's Rip City still loaded past the 16th, and Rip City wins by 1.5 lengths.
Well, there's the try for our viewers.
There you go.
Races that I liked in Ren's log show. There you go.
Thank you. What did he go off anyway?
Your horse went up at 9-1.
You mean I did not affect the wagering at all? What the heck, people?
Unbelievable.
I'm joking.
All right, Chris. Now we'll let you get
Appreciate that
tonight.
Let's cash this ticket.
Let's do it. Good seeing you. Thanks for
good talking to you. We'll talk again soon.
All right. Be good, brother. All right. I'm going to kick it to either Bram or Ren because I'm going to pardon myself for a moment to refresh my beer. So
now you're going to go to the restroom.
I may do.
Ren.
Yes.
When did you see Rammstein?
Oh my gosh. I think it was 1997 or 96. I can't remember, but they were part of the Family Values tour. And I remember it was pretty cool. The show opened and you saw a bow and arrow effect that went across the stadium. It was pretty neat. And, you know, that whole song, Rammstein, Du hast mich, whatever, you hate me. I think that's what that means in German. So, yeah, I was a bit of a punker back in the day. I had purple hair.
Oh, you did?
I did. You got
any pictures of that you can share? The purple hair?
I don't have pictures of myself as a youth with the purple hair, but at least not that I know of anyway. Maybe some of my friends from back in the day do. But, yeah, I used to be in the mosh pit. Getting my jam on.
Nice. What happened?
What
changed?
I still like my aggressive music. I'm not going to lie. I mean, obviously, I'm a good girl. And so some of the lyrics, I'm just like, okay, but I still appreciate God-given talent and the musicality of some of these musicians. I still really enjoy. So, when I'm getting motivated for something, the music I listen to is not your pop music. I know I was actually embarrassed today when I used a Spice Girl GIF or however you want to say it. I was like, oh my gosh, I would never, if you told the 18-year-old me that I would use a Spice Girl GIF or again, whatever it's called, I've been like, no, never.
No. All right, cool. So do you still if you hit a big trifecta or something, is it like a mosh pit in your house?
Oh, yeah. I was actually laughing watching that video back of them hitting the pick six there at Gulfstream. I was like, dude, I would have broken a chair at this point. It would have been on like Donkey Kong.
Break a chair. I like that.
Yeah, that's right. Because at that point you can pay for it, right?
Yeah. Take it out of my winnings.
Exactly. Oh, so good.
Ellis, you ever see Rammstein before?
I'm gonna think no, but we'll see.
No, I gotta tell you, it doesn't even ring a bell.
Ellis, you ever have purple hair? You ever do that one?
Not that either. Just gray hair and no hair. That's me.
Did you skateboard? Did you skateboard at all?
I did skate. I broke my wrist.
Oh.
And I never did it again.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I did see a lot of good bands though. I was lucky living in Southern California. I saw Starship. We saw ELO. Wow. Starship, ELO. Oh, a lot of good stuff. That was when I was a younger man.
Very cool.
Dan, you've missed a lot here. Ren revealed a lot.
I know Ren has played this whole I do pedigree. I'm I know nothing but horses. Ren has a past that we can all,
What? Here's the question. Ren, you ever been to a Jimmy Buffett concert?
I have not been to a Jimmy.
Not a chance.
That would really be the clue.
Not a chance. No one does that. No one does Rammstein and Jimmy Buffett. There's no chance that happens. No chance. No chance. Red's the best. She's like, la la la. I like horses. They're so nice. I'll kill you.
Boom, boom. And I will tell you though, the most aggressive mosh pit I've ever been in, you would probably never guess. The most aggressive mosh pit was freaking Primus.
Well, come on. What do you?
It's pretty hardcore.
I know. I've been in some major aggressive alternative music mosh, bands performing, I've been right there in the mosh pit. But Primus, I had to get out because everybody was just jumping up too much to the bass. Yeah. And I was like, okay, I'm out.
When this makes me old. When I was in college, I saw Nirvana.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, really?
Wow. And at that point, I went to American University in Washington, D.C. And at that point in time, it had the largest indoor venue there in the city. This was before the Wizards Capitals Arena had been built. So they had the large, so we always got like the biggest concerts to come into that venue. So when I was, and all of the concerts for students were free. So I saw Pearl Jam, Red Hot Chili Peppers, Nirvana, Tribe Called Quest, Cypress Hill, all for free. Okay. Because they all came through. Saw Fish free, all of them.
Awesome.
It was incredible. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And my point was, I was in a mosh pit once with Nirvana and really didn't like it.
Well,
I liked watching them and I liked their music, but the mosh pit thing, I'm kind of dainty. Just didn't really work for me.
Guys, 25 minutes.
Please don't mosh me, please.
25 minutes until the Runhappy Santa Anita Derby. We've got to do a serious look at this race. We've talked about a couple of horses. We've got to do a deep dive. Actually, Ellis, before we start, is that Pick 5 ticket still alive or no?
Which one?
That cross country?
Well, unless they all the race with the 70-1 shot.
Oh man, yeah, I guess
no rule pace.
I guess that one's dead.
We didn't have the 70-1.
I don't like this comment from Alex Condiff. No, Alex, no.
What does he say?
Impressive. He said essential quality was very unimpressive. I'm sorry. How many lengths back was third?
We could put his comment. Yeah, no, these we've got some controversial comments here.
Everybody's entitled to their opinion.
Another controversial comment right now.
Travis, Bram is the best. Okay, thank you, Bram.
Back to the bluegrass, though. I can't believe this. By the way, Highly Motivated got 50 points, of course, for running second. But guess who might have a shot now? Hidden Stash had 22 points and got 20 more. He's got 42 points now.
Wow.
I don't mind Hidden Stash is another one of those. Again, underneath when you're looking to build out those like Derby trifectas. I love that.
That's a front half, back half horse. She'll be 20th early.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. All right, we're getting our first look at the odds here for the Runhappy Santa Anita Derby, and mind you, not only are we looking at the odds right now, we're going to really get as close as you could get to Santa Anita. If you're not there, you want to feel like you're there, we're going to have the track announcer on with us in a moment. The one horse is Scratch, as you can see there, Roman Centurion. I was excited to see him. I know Matt Bernier, who we've had on shows with us, loved Roman Centurion earlier in the year. The 2-horse Dream Shake, I love 6-1. If this price holds, I'm making a big win bet on Dream Shake. I'll just tell you that now, and I can come back to that. Rock Your World, a little bit of a hype horse, buzz horse, 5-1.
Come on, Dan, you can say that better.
What?
Rock Your World.
Rock Your World.
There you go. Right on.
Off the Pasadena, went on the turf. Turf to dirt. Does it transfer? Ren's going to tell us why. Well, Ren's going to make a case. She's going to give us the pedigree argument. She'll let us know. Parnelli, the 4-horse, is 50-1. Parnelli is going to be on the lead. So if you just want a little run for your money, if you want to have a horse in first place who's 50-1 and feel like, oh wow, I'm in the game, Parnelli's your horse. He's going to be on the lead. I guarantee it. And he's 50-1 right now, the 4-horse. The 5-horse, Back Ring Luck, coming out of an allowance win, also 50-1, is going to be pressing the pace. 6-horse, Otto the Legend, coming out of a maiden win, which means that was the first race that he won. Big price again, 35-1. Mario Gutierrez up for Steve Asmussen. Your favorite, the 7, Medina Spirit. We've talked plenty about him. He's won every time he hasn't faced Life is Good, and Life is Good is not in this race. So Medina Spirit, your favorite at even money. The 8-horse Law Professor, Ellis's old job, Kent DeSormo up. Mike McCarthy, 24-1. The great one, Bram Likes the Pick, named after Gretzky, I would assume.
Yeah,
I would assume. And you know what? Like if you were watching the odds boards there, it went from 11-1 to 5-1 in the blink of an eye.
What happened there?
I don't know. I was that 11-1. I'm like, don't talk about it. Don't talk about it. Don't talk about it.
And then the other sort of buzz horse that I'd hate to admit that he's a buzz horse because I actually really like him. The Other Baffert. The Other Baffert.
The Other Baffert.
The Other Baffert.
I made his acronym.
5-1. The 10-horse defunded off the maiden win that we showed you earlier. So look, an interesting board. we've had a few people on the show already who say, you know what, Medina Spirit, take a shot against Medina Spirit today. Let's go to one of the co-second choices right now, because we've kind of danced around this horse a little bit. Rock Your World, the horse going from turf to dirt. The question is, can that happen? Like, will it happen based on pedigree? Ren, can this horse do this?
I mean, look, you got to think of it this way. Any horse can flip if they have enough class. So that's what it's really going to come down to. Because remember, Candy Ride himself obviously won the Pacific Classic on dirt. He was also, a winner, a Grade 1 winner on grass. And then, the bottom side, your dam is by a Belmont winner and Empire Maker, but Empire Maker also brings more turf influence to the equation because he's out of Tussaud. And then the second dam is by Giants Causeway, but then also remember, Giants Causeway did run second in the Breeders' Cup Classic. So it really is not so much of can this horse run on dirt, it's so much as will class translate to the dirt. So we'll have to wait and see on that.
All right, let's take a look real quick at how Rock Your World won last out in the Pasadena Stakes.
Rock Your World is now Ask for More in second. Red Flag takes third. Down at the rail, Cathkin Peak, they're at the top of the stretch, and Commander Kai means business. Cathkin Peak coming after him. Rock Your World is between horses. Red Flag on the outside. Can Cathkin Peak get out of there? He's looking for a narrow seam as Rock Your World comes to take the lead. And Rock Your World, under a perfect ride from Umberto Rispoli, pushed the button late and accelerates.
Okay, I'm going to say real quickly, he has really nice flat need action. He's not a high need mover like you will see with some grass horses. So I would say that form can definitely translate to dirt.
All right. And now, because he's on a time crunch here, our man from Santa Anita, Frank Mirahmadi. How you doing, Frank?
I feel great. I mean, how could I not feel good, for heaven's sakes? I've been coming to this race since the late 70s, so I have to pinch myself every now and again as I walk into these hallowed grounds.
Frank, your voice, like, I'm not going to lie, like, when I hear it now, it kind of feels like it's always an important race, so it's hard to distinguish between the regular days and this day. But I will tell you, the last time we had you on, kind of an important day. It was Haskell Day last year. There was a horse named Authentic, who some people might remember went on to win a couple of big races last year. So there's a good chance that whoever wins today's RUNHAPPY Santa Anita Derby is going to be a horse that's going to make an impact the rest of the year. What do you think going into this race?
It's a very good race. And I mean, look, we all miss Life is Good in this spot, but the good news is this becomes a very competitive race and a much better race, despite the fact that Medina Spirit is even money right now. I say this, I could never take even money on Medina Spirit. I can't do it. It's hard to do. Like, there are better even money shots in this world. I'm not saying he can't win. He's honest. He's a good looking horse. He's run well, but
keep going.
Money on him. If you got to let him beat you, right?
Yeah, keep going. We love it. We want to hear. We want a contrarian case. We want to know who it is that can beat Medina Spirit in this race.
Let me give you first of all, hello to everybody out there. Nice to see all of you on this thing. I have a face for radio. I don't know why you can't just put up like some sort of fancy mugshot with some. I even brought the makeup out today. It's not doing the job.
Stop it.
But
add in a hat like mine.
Oh, believe me, I need one. I want to say this. Full disclosure. Rock Your World is my pick in this race, but full disclosure, a friend of mine asked me to find him a future bet on this thing, and I did. And as a result of it, he got 200 to 1, and he gave me a little bit of it. So I'm rooting for Rock Your World in Kentucky Derby. That said, there are a lot of inside reasons to root for this horse. The first being the breeders, Ron and Debbie McAnally. I mean, Ron McAnally, let me say this. We always like new things. You know, when you're on a forum like this, people don't want to hear the fluff. They don't want to hear just any old story. Ron McAnally got me the job at Oaklawn Park. Now, I'm not saying that I didn't have the credentials or the ability, but Ron McAnally called Charles Sella, may he rest in peace, Mr. Sella, and he said, Frank's the best, you hire him. In fact, Ron told me maybe 8 or 9 years before I got that job in 2012, he said, Terry Wallace will be there forever, and then you'll get the job. And we never talked about it again. And then they called me in, which is always a cool thing. So I've always liked Ron McAnally. John Henry in his day was one of my favorite horses. Bayakoa is the best distaffer I've ever witnessed at 9 furlongs. And that's a big statement. I know there are others that are going to say, what? But so anything that's a Ron McAnally bred is going to have extra special meaning to me just because. I met him at baggage claim one night at LAX. What an obscure meeting that was out of nowhere. Not quite the meeting that Ren had with Matt Carothers at baggage claim, but it was a good one. Anyhow, this horse is beautifully bred. And I heard, I tuned in right as Ren was talking about the Empire Maker family line. And I don't know if Ren ever saw any tapes of Tussaud, but Tussaud was an absolute nutcase at the gate. I don't know if you knew that, Ren.
Yeah, no,
she went berserk and delayed many starts in her time. And she had freakish talent. So here's the thing. It's a big question mark. Can this horse run on dirt? He certainly works on it. They have said that he can. And his race last time, I loved him in his second start. And I'll tell you this, at the quarter pole, that race we just watched, I thought he was finished. I thought he might run last. And yet he kicked in and took off with a lot of class to him. So he's my pick. I think that Defunded is an interesting horse in here because much like today's maiden race earlier today, Baffert had an odds-on favorite.
Bobby Bow.
Frankie froze.
Did we lose?
We went from Bobby Bow to Frankie froze.
I'm certainly not going to get much into that Defunded.
Always drop it some knowledge too.
Because pictures are zooming in and out. Are we good? Are we good?
Yeah.
Are we on? I'm seeing frozen screens everywhere.
Now we hear you after you wrote the whole case. Now we hear you.
I went to that
310. Rock Your World.
This is as competitive as it gets.
Rock Your World and Defunded. Frank, the connection is really terrible, which sucks because there we go. He dropped off. Hopefully he calls back in.
We should have done this from the baggage
claim.
We
got it back in.
Oh, now you're baggage claim today?
I got to plug my laptop in.
I'm switching to my phone. Stand by.
Stand by.
Right. You were good. Yeah, you're good. So, but what we got from that was Rock Your World and Defunded, which
nothing makes me happier.
I kind of like because that gives me, those are alternatives. Frankie Froze. Bram, I was open up to you. I don't know if you know this, Bram. At Santa Anita, today was the first day that yesterday was the first day they allowed fans back in.
Yeah.
And today was the first day they allowed fans in the infield, which is pretty awesome.
The infield.
On the infield.
Wow. That's actually surprising. Because I saw, I'm going to go to the Preakness because it is opened up. And I think they're going to let 10,000 people go there. I haven't seen anything about the infield. I have a hard time buying that's going to happen. I'm actually semi-surprised. They must have it pretty cordoned off though, right? I mean, there's no way that they're letting people kind of congregate the way they normally would in an infield, right? I mean,
well, I don't think they'll do the infield.
Frank froze, but is back.
Yeah. Hey Frank, what was it like to have fans back in the building?
It's a beautiful thing. I'm a fan first, so for me to have the opportunity to see these people that we've had so much of our joy stolen over the last year with this pandemic, and obviously there are many more important things to worry about than coming to the racetrack. But to a lot of people, this is a lifestyle. It's a thing. You call your friend and you say, "Let's go to the track." And so I'm very pleased to welcome the fans back and to see them. And yesterday we could hear them loud and clear. And today I did the seminar pre-race, and I'm throwing a shutout so far through 7, and that's not a good sign. But I'm ready to warm up for the second half of the card. And perfect game so far. But it's great to see the fans here. I'm very excited, and this is where they belong, and it changes the whole atmosphere. It's wonderful.
Hey, Frank, obviously it's a disappointment that Life is Good isn't racing today and probably is not going to be racing in the Kentucky Derby. As you kind of look at the Baffert barn, who do you like as the Triple Crown approaches here?
Oh, there's no question. Concert Tour is the horse for me. He's awesome. The way he won the Rebel, I would expect him to dance home in the Arkansas Derby and then repeat it on the first Saturday and put Bob on top. I love Concert Tour.
You're making me so happy, Frankie. Just so happy.
Frank,
let's hope it's right. It's easy to give these speeches. I'm gonna put them on the track. So I don't know if I should mute this. You don't want to hear the field being introduced.
Actually,
we should let you go. We should thank you for sparing a few minutes for us. We love you, Frank. We appreciate this.
We do love you,
Frank.
I apologize. The Wi-Fi is not great, and this picture is making me look fatter than I already am. So I'm gonna get off the
air. Thank you, Frank Mirahmadi, folks. Appreciate it. Good luck.
Oh, he made my day. He made my day 2 times, both with Rock Your World and this time Concert Tour.
You know, Dan,
my laptop
he offered to let us in on him introducing the horses to the track, and you said, nah.
I have a thing about like I don't know, like he already like extended himself. I was like, this poor guy.
But he offered. You weren't like, hey Frank, show us the goods, buddy.
I couldn't. Like, I feel like
you're like, nah, we don't want that.
Frank gave us too much. Like, can you imagine? Like, so think about it. Like, Bram, you're in announcing. You call games for the Washington football team. Could you imagine, like, literally between like 5 minutes before halftime ends, you're about to start calling the second half? Somebody like me calls you, and I'm like, "Hey, come on my live stream." You're gonna be like, "Dude, what the heck are you talking about?
Never.
I gotta start calling a game here."
Never. I would send you back. I don't know what I would send you back. It wouldn't be something for air. That's what I'd be like. No, I'm with you.
Sure.
Like he unsolicited offered that. Like,
yeah.
I'm looking. Like, listen, by the end of this thing, we got 30 more minutes. I need a Ren Carothers purple hair Rammstein photo. We lost out on Frank giving us the behind the scenes. We can actually literally see him talk the horses onto the track. Dan said no to that. Call me disappointed, okay?
I just felt like the poor guy had done enough. I felt
all right. But what if so your example, if you called me and said, "Hey, can I just watch you call the third quarter?" And I said, or what if I just said unsolicited to you, "Hey, do you just want to see me call the third quarter?" And you're like, "No, I don't really want to bother you."
That's what I would say. I would be like, "Bram, you're a friend. I don't want to impose on you. Yeah, let's pick this up next time." By the way,
does have some pipes, man. Oh man,
he does. He's great. I mean, Frank Mirahmadi. When I hear his voice, I get goosebumps. I'm like, this guy. How is he not the main guy? Like, how is he not everywhere? He is.
Yeah, as you like to put it, Dan. I'm an announcer, and I'm very, very jealous of his voice because boy, that's some supple tones that he's got going on there. That is something.
Sorry, he's such an awesome person too. I love him.
By the way, awesome. I want to bring in some of the comments from the viewers here, and if you're watching, please drop your comments here. Let us know who you like, who you're betting. It seems, according to I don't know if it's because we've been talking about this horse. I think people watching this show right now have about $10 million bet on Defunded. Everybody is betting Defunded here. What is going on? Is anyone betting anyone else but Defunded?
I mean, Baffert Smith. I mean, I don't care what you think of the horse. That's hard to bet against. Honestly, it really is. Especially with there's no clear. I don't care that horse is 4 to 5. There's no clear favorite here. There is.
Here's the question.
Okay.
What is Dan's dad like?
Yeah, what is he like?
I'm getting phased out. It's like I'm like so like no one cares. I'm just getting phased out.
How much did he win on that trifecta where he had the 72-1 horse?
$1,700 for 50 cents.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Did he have it straight, Dan? Did he have it straight in order?
Yeah, exactly, straight. No, he actually boxed it, which is disappointing. But
Did you get your cut from the Blackjack Fletcher Pick 6 ticket at Golf?
I got my cut from that, and I really hope that my dad's going to send me a cut.
No, come on.
He isn't commenting in the stream today, so maybe he's not going to give me a cut today.
He's taking his money and running.
Can I tell you the ones that I have interest in? You can either talk me off outside of Medina Spirit, obviously.
Sure. Let's actually handicap the race. Go ahead, Bram.
Let me give you a few that I've caught my attention, and a couple that actually have some decent numbers attached to them.
Okay.
I like Dream Shake here. I really like Dream Shake here. Dream Shake was no match in the Life is Good race. And if you love Medina Spirit, I don't know why you hate Dream Shake. You get a much better number on Dream Shake. So I like that one. I like the great one at 7-1. That is a lovely, lovely number. Monster Run a couple of races ago. might have had a bad trip last go. So I think that's a really good number, 7-1. And of the big numbers, I mean, it's a huge step up in class for back ring luck. But first go out of Sadler. I don't know. I mean, at 45-1 or whatever it's going to go off at in my exotics, I like that one to hit the bottom of the board. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, that might be stretching just a touch, but okay.
You can bash me, Dan. It's fine. You're too noble. You know, you're just too noble.
Stretch. Here's my stretch. If I'm going to stretch, I'm going to stretch to Parnelli. I think that horse is going to be on the lead. And who knows? Maybe Medina Spirit's like, you know what? Like they're like, we don't need to go with Parnelli. Parnelli is beneath us. But Parnelli, we have seen in the past, has the ability to go to the lead and to hang tough. We've seen him do it before. In fact, do we have a video of Parnelli? Let me see. Do we have a video?
As they come toward the top of the stretch here. Parnelli off the turn, joined by Spielberg on the outside. Spielberg and Parnelli digs in. 1 furlong to run. Spielberg drifting out. Parnelli to the inside, just won't go away. Spielberg and Parnelli locked in battle all the way down to the wire. Parnelli and Spielberg. Parnelli, Spielberg. Here's the wire. Spielberg. He did it by a head.
Look, Spielberg came back, ran a decent race at Oaklawn. I'm not sold on Spielberg, so I'm not like making a company case here, but I'm making the case for Parnelli getting to the lead and being able to hang in for a share. If you're betting trifectas, I would throw Parnelli in 50-1 in your trifecta. Ellis.
All right. So first, Dan, back ring luck's a good pick.
Okay.
Just want you to know that.
Okay.
I made the case the other day. This horse was privately purchased out of his win at Oaklawn. He was available for $30,000 last November. He came back on 3.5 months, and he ran the best race of his life. In terms of how fast, I can only say the Equibase speed figure of 97 is as good as Medina Spirit's run the last 2 times. Medina Spirit's not improving as a 3-year-old. I can't say he won't win, but he's not progressing through the 3-year-old pattern I like to see. Rock Your World, I was really pleased to hear Frankie say it. This horse is bred. There's no question about dirt. Vacoma, Gunrunner, Game Winner, Unified, the best of 82 workout on the dirt the other day. That last race was a stakes race, not a maiden. Sorry, defunded. Don't like maiden to stakes right now, so I don't like him. I know he's being bet, but if people cash on him, I will certainly give you kudos, but I can't take a maiden to a stakes in April. Rock Your World went maiden to stake and stakes again. So Rock Your World's my top pick. I'm using Medina Spirit and back ring luck and exactas and tries. I did throw on Dream Shake. You talked me into it because it is only his 3rd race and he is improving his figures. It's only his 2nd route. So I did play a trifecta, including them, and I really hope Medina Spirit comes in 3rd and we get 2 of those other 3 in 1st and 2nd, because that'd be big bucks. Even a chalky one, 2, 3, 5, 7. If the 5 gets in the try, it's going to be a sweet ticket. But I think Rock Your World really, I think it actually stands out here, believe it or not.
People sending their bets in, letting us know what they like. Dream Shake, Ice Cold, Dan. Look, I think there are a lot of ways you can go. 7-3-2. That's Rock Your World, Medina Spirit, and Dream Shake. 7, easy winner. Medina Spirit, your winner. Keep sending in your picks here. Love to hear who you're playing right now. Ren, what do you think as you're looking at this board? How would you attack maybe a trifecta in this race?
Well, you guys all talked me into, after now seeing that replay from the number 3 there. Yeah, Rock Your World. I really liked what I saw there, especially the action being so nice and flat-kneed. So there's no question in my mind that he should take to the dirt. And that was kind of evidenced already by that bullet work that he was coming into this race with. Now, that being said, I do think that, a lot of people want to pan Medina Spirit based on that last race. But I would remind everybody, he had a legitimate excuse with that entrapped epiglottis. So I would give that horse a mulligan for that, but I don't blame anybody for not wanting to play an even money shot here, for sure. I definitely understand that. But yeah, for me, if it's not going to be him, it would be the 3. And then as far as another horse underneath, I mean, it's kind of tough because, first of all, with my computer about to die, and I was so on that horse for being. Yeah, Dream Shake obviously makes a lot of sense. Of course, I mean the horse's figures are very good, but yeah, I would think go with the other Baffert. The other Baffert.
The other Baffert.
And the acronym, the obvious trainer, higher priced alternate. The other Baffert.
The other Baffert. Ren, I apologize in advance. Your face is momentarily going to be blocked by some of these comments.
Face the radio, so just go ahead.
Considering you have the best face of any of us, it's a complete atrocity.
Don't worry about it.
Swag Ray wants us to know that he's betting the 6, Otto the Legend. Michael, big on our little horse here. The other Baffert defunded at 5-1. Swaggy Ray, Asmussen, back ring luck. We are converting people here. Back ring luck
across the board, baby. Across the board, 50-1.
Mauricio likes Parnelli with the blinkers on. We're going to see some speed here. Lots of people watching. Honestly, I can see the viewer count here, and it's going up and up and up. We thank everyone for tuning in here to Santa Anita Road to the Derby Live. You're about to watch the Run Happy Santa Anita Derby. Horses here going straight to the Kentucky Derby. So big implications here. Medina Spirit, currently your favorite. Even Money, the 7 horse, and does have some support here from people watching. Roy, one of the few people who likes Law Professor at 20-1, the 8 horse. Very interesting.
I got Dream Shake. That's where I'm going. Dream Shake, baby.
I'm with you, man. Dream Shake at 5 or 6-1 to me. Man, that seems like good value.
Give me Dream Shake and the 5 horse that I sold everybody on and an Exacta, and I go boom.
I'll be right there with you, Bram.
I'm good with Dream Shake and defunded. Give me the.
It's full Rammstein in this house if that happens. Dream Shake and back
There
ring
we
luck.
go, folks, for the Run Happy Santa Anita Derby. Enjoy.
And they're off in the Run Happy Santa Anita Derby. And Medina Spirit bounces out very well. The great one sprints up to his outside. Parnelli is flashing speed. Rock Your World is also up close in the early stages. And just behind them, Dream Shake, Inside Law Professor, Otto the Legend, followed by Defunded and Back Ring Luck inches up on the inside. They're covered by 7 lengths, and Rock Your World will set the pace. Opens up a length and a half on Parnelli with Medina Spirit in the clear third, just 3/4 of a length off the lead. The great one covers up Dream Shake. Then it's Law Professor, 4 off the pace. Defunded is next. Otto the Legend just in front of Back Ring Luck. They have 5 furlongs to run in the Run Happy Santa Anita Derby. And Rock Your World is the leader by a neck. Parnelli keeps the pressure on second, a length to Medina Spirit third. The great one and Dream Shake still together with Law Professor between those two. Another 2 back to Defunded as they pass the half-mile pole. Otto the Legend and Back Ring Luck. Rock Your World opens up, lets it out a notch, leads by a length and a half. Now it's 2, and he's traveling kindly. Rock Your World is the one to catch. Now it's a 2.5 length lead. Medina Spirit takes up the chase in second.
Dream Shake.
Dream Shake inches up inside of him. Parnelli drops back. Law
He's
Professor
gone.
steadying. Defunded rallying on the outside. They're at the top of the stretch. And Rock Your World hugs the rail. Leads it by 2 lengths still. Dream Shake on the outside. Medina Spirit trying hard. It's Rock Your World in command. Medina Spirit making no progress. And it's going to be Rock Your World to take them all the way in the Run Happy Santa Anita Derby. He's undefeated and wins by 4 under Roberto Rispoli.
That was cool. That was cool. The new player on the scene.
Didn't Frank say a 200-1 future bet on him?
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
That was very impressive.
That same strategy, right? It was the same strategy from the other race, from the Wood. You take them from the Bluegrass, you put it on the lead, you go, you make them come catch you. I couldn't believe that first quarter was right at 22-2.
He doesn't even look tired at all.
5-1, not bad at all. First bet AI pick. Medina Spirit, no excuses really. I mean, I guess it was a little bit wide, but I mean, you got to win. You got to win there. Medina Spirit, what do you do with me? I mean, Medina Spirit's got the points, right? I mean, Medina Spirit's going to
I think we still go forward. I mean, but that was super impressive for sure.
Medina Spirit's just kind of a one-paced horse. Dream Shake should move up again. I mean, it'll be his fourth start if he goes. I was
disappointed in that. Dream Shake had no excuse there. And Bram, I was with you on Dream Shake. I thought Dream Shake had no excuse there. Had a perfect trip and just didn't do anything late. I mean, I would like to have seen him get by Medina Spirit at least.
Yeah, I agree. I don't know. It looks like Rock Your World is real deal. So that's gonna be interesting to see that one moving forward. I honestly, with Medina Spirit now, I mean, goes to Kentucky Derby at 25-1. I mean, what are we looking at here? I mean, that horse never should have been 4-5 in this race ever. So he was second best to Life is Good by 50 lengths, and that makes him 4-5 in a race like this. That's ridiculous. That's why. I mean, that was a terrible bet, to come into this thing. Right. It's not that it's it's a bad horse, it's just a terrible bet. And that's why everybody had to be off of that. And with Rock Your World, I think you needed to have a pretty good, I think Ren, you were on Rock Your World, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, not as my top pick. I was like Medina Spirit, but when he asked how would I play a trifecta, I would say I would put Rock Your World second, because that, watching that backtrack back, which, I again was so impressive. Again, look at him. He doesn't even look tired. He's not even broken sweat. Wow.
Dan?
I mean, best horse on the day won by a mile. So, we could parse out, should Dream Shake have done this or Medina Spirit done that? I just think Rock Your World was best horse of the day by far, not close. And best horse won. And in the case of Medina Spirit, you're not going to see that horse at 4-5 again. Not in one of these types of races. That's not happening.
Hey, guys, we have in the past, especially on these Santa Anita shows, we have, drawn attention to the fact that Umberto Rispoli is one of the better riders, especially on the turf in California. Yeah. This is a breakthrough moment for him. I mean, this guy's going to the Kentucky Derby, has a chance to win the Kentucky Derby. This is a guy who's raced in Hong Kong, in Italy, I mean, all over Europe. This is a big moment. And this is a jockey that people are not familiar with. If you want to root for, personalities and stars in the game that are growing, Umberto Rispoli.
So charismatic. He's so charismatic. Yeah.
It was so sad, by the way, that he had scheduled to go to the Saudi Cup, and there was a mix-up, and because of the restrictions, he got booted off his flight. I think he was on the plane, and this is just so good to see this coming out for him. Yeah. But Dan, I want to say, no redboarding here. How many days have I been on this horse? This is my top pick.
Oh, you have. This has been your horse, and I'm glad it was, because if you look down below, Team Livestream is still alive.
That's right. Let's bring it.
That's right. Yeah.
All right. So the rest of the way, we're 4x4 by 3x2. We have no excuses for not cashing this ticket. And the good news is we beat Medina Spirit here on our ticket. So hopefully we make some money. All right.
And that saved me, because before I saw that backtrack again, which was what convinced me that this horse would look really good on the dirt for real. Apart from that bullet drill again that was on the tab, I had singled Medina Spirit in my pick 4, and I hadn't changed that, so I got knocked out of that. But I had played a exacta that saved it, so I made a little money back off that ticket. I played a cheapo ticket, so I made my money back from that.
Man, you should have asked me earlier in the week. I would have sold you on it earlier.
I know. Pick your brain. But what a beautiful horse! This is the other thing I will mention. Part of the reason I love Essential Quality is Essential Quality looks like a very happy horse when he runs. He looks like he really enjoys his job. This horse has that same sort of aesthetic to him, in that he looks like a happy horse. And these are the ones that generally will thrive going into having to go into the crucible, the likes of the Derby. So again, congratulations to all the connections. And Umberto, that's great. And I'm sure Ron Anderson, who was his agent, is happy for him. Obviously, Ron Anderson, just an absolute pro. But he had him in his book before, taking on Johnny V. And I'm sure he's happy for him as well, because he said that this is a jockey to watch. And boy, was he ever right.
Frank Mirahmadi was on before this race and made a point to talk about the McAnally's breeding this horse.
Yeah.
And that he thought this horse had a really big shot. And so $12.40 on your win bet. Again, for those of you kind of new to racing, if you're just tuning in, $12.40, what that means there on the left side, if you bet $20, you won $124 on Rock Your World just there, which is not a bad payout. It's really hard to bet in anything $20 and get 124 back. I mean, that you're getting 5-1 on a horse who won pretty easily there. And if you were on the Mirahmadi angle, you were on the Uber Capper angle, you were on the Ren angle, you could have come up with Rock Your World there. Want to mention Medina Spirit as Bram brings in some of the comments here from the viewers. Medina Spirit is going to go to the Derby with a bunch of, first and second place finishes. The horse is just always there. Is going to be an interesting horse. Is going to take some money. The horse's jockey is John Velasquez. Just this past week, America's Best Racing started a video series with John Velasquez called Behind the Goggles. Would like to take a look at that.
Hi guys, John Velasquez here. Gonna be doing some short videos with American Best Racing. Hopefully we get to raise a little bit of money for the PTJF. Get to put a little videos here and there. Hopefully you guys like it. A little bit of my life and a little bit what I do. And right now I'm trying to get ready to go to work. And as you can see, get ready here, back to work to Gulf Green Park. This is my tag. If you guys like to talk about it, talk to you guys later, and hopefully you guys like it. Thank you.
All right, that's the website right there. If you want to donate to the PDJF, Johnny V, big ambassador for the PDJF, and there'll be more videos coming up in the next couple of weeks from Johnny Behind the Goggles. All right.
Again, great pick to Ellis, though. That was fabulous.
Oh, you just want to give Ellis all the credit now?
I want to give him his due, because if this is a horse he's really loved for this long, I mean, obviously, that's
if by this long you mean since the PPs came out, yeah.
Yeah, for sure. No, that's a long time, actually, I think, because there's some people that they wait until basically they see those horses on track. The fact that you had enough faith in this horse based on paper alone, I think is impressive.
Well, I appreciate that. I mean, and back to Medina Spirit real quick. I mean, it wasn't he was horrible. He was a bad bet. Besides being a bad bet, I tried to make the case that he's running the same races every time, even though he was second to Life is Good. As far as athletes, and just forgive me for a minute, and Ren knows, everybody knows this. I always view 3-year-olds in the spring, February, March, April, May, as young men, the 3-year-old colts. They go from 12, 13, 14, 15, 18-year-olds, 21-year-olds about Derby Day, maturity-wise. And I don't like horses that don't continue to improve race by race by race. And I don't live by speed figures, but it was important to see, for example, Rock Your World going 84 to 98, Dream Shake going 88 to 94, where Medina Spirit went 109, 97, 98. And even if I'll mention buyer figures, he went 99, 94, 95. He's not an improving horse. He's a good horse, and he can get the check in the Derby. He wasn't an improving horse. And in these races, you got to get the improving horse. And that was it. That was the reason I loved Highly Motivated. Essential Quality ran his race as well. It's really fun to watch these 3-year-olds run and do this. And, it's nice to be right, but it's even nicer to watch them improve. And we're still trying to predict, right? Who's going to run well in a month?
Bram, how much do you love this guy with all the horse images here?
I mean, does it take him a while to do that, or is it just like over and over, hit it? I'd like to, if he took some time doing that, I would appreciate it, because he did it numerous times during the chat. And it is distracting for sure.
So here we are at 7:29 Eastern on April 3rd, exactly a month out from the Kentucky Derby. 4 weeks from now, we will know who the Kentucky Derby winner is. Life is Good is off the trail. Essential Quality ran a big race. Logically, seems to be a horse who's going to go to the post as probably the favorite. Concert Tour will be right there with him, maybe first and second choice. And then you got a bunch of God knows what behind them. Horses like Rock Your World, horses that came out of the clouds like Bourbonic today. And then you got horses like Helium, who won the Tampa Bay Derby. What do you make of horses like that? At this moment, before we sign off here today, this is our last edition of Santa Anita Road to the Derby Live. I just want to go around the room. Bram, Ellis, Ren, give me your take on what the Derby picture looks like to you exactly a month out.
I think it's Concert Tour right now. I think that one feels like the favorite. I really think, we got a little shortchanged with the Life is Good news, because I think that was a second real monster that would have been involved in this. And him being out, I think, changes the dynamic dramatically. Outside of that, though, right now, the best I've seen is Concert Tour. And that's where I'm at. And that's where my head is right now.
Ellis.
I have to go to get, like what I just said. I got to look at the videos and analyze who's improving the most. But right off the top of my head, I would say Concert Tour, Essential Quality, and this horse, Rock Your World, because he's going to be on a great pattern going into the Derby.
Ren?
Well, my heart, is with Essential Quality. So I'm going to put him on top. The horse has done nothing wrong, undefeated. We've also seen him persevere in the slop. We don't know what the conditions are going to be come Derby day. And we know he already's got a win over Churchill. It's his home base of operations. And this is just a horse that pedigree-wise, he should just continue to develop maturation-wise, physically, which hopefully then the talent continues to convey with that. Concert Tour, yes, on the obvious, that's the second horse. And I definitely agree with Ellis. What I saw here today from Rock Your World rocked my socks. So I think this is a horse you definitely have to keep on your radar.
And we'll see Concert Tour next week in the Arkansas Derby. There's still another prep race next week. I think we got the there's one more Keeneland race as well, right?
The Lexington, yep, the Lexington. Yep.
So we got a couple more races left, but more or less the Derby picture's taking shape. I'm with you guys. Concert Tour looks the goods. So we'll see how it goes. But for anybody watching, I mean, you gotta wait. You gotta wait until the field is drawn, the posts are assigned. You can assess the speed. You can try to figure out what the race is going to look like. There's still time for it. But for now, I mean,
you just told me to pick somebody, Dan. What do you mean wait? You tell me to wait now?
Wait one more week. Wait one more week.
I wanted to pick right now, but you do ultimately need to wait until the field takes shape. Go ahead, Ellis.
Well, next week, we wait 1 week. You'll see if Concert Tour bombs, then he's off your tickets, and then
right.
then you can make up your mind for sure.
All right, me and Bram will hash this out Monday on the Winner's Circle on America's Best Race.
Right, you guys go toe to toe in the Winner's Circle.
Hopefully, we've got a better game to analyze. The UCLA Gonzaga game hopefully turns out better than the other one. What's the score right now? Have you been tracking it?
Baylor won by 1 million.
Okay.
It was total blowout.
Very exciting. All right, we still have a pick 4 ticket going.
That's right. Come on.
Here it is. That's the pick.
Dan, I'm not staying for the next 4 races.
No, we are
right now. Dan loves working overtime. It's not happening.
You're not staying. Actually, we should do we could do a premium program, like people pay us $100 a person to keep going.
I would do that. I would, if you guys want us to stay on.
I know Red would stay.
I would stay on if you, yes.
If you come through with I'm the next track announcer in Tampa Bay, I will stay on for the next 4 races.
I'm still so sad about that. Grunder's an icon, seriously, and it's just sad. I'm shocked.
I'm looking, by the way, guys, I'm dragging this out a little bit because I'm looking at the viewership numbers.
Yes. We have a lot of people.
This is one of our highest, like one of the highest viewerships we've had.
You're welcome.
In any show we've ever done. So kudos to you. I'm seeing they're steady, good numbers across the board.
That makes me so happy to hear. Thank you, everybody, for watching.
Yes. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. And,
remind them who we have in these next 2 races, so if they want to play along. And
there it is.
Well, right, but it's numbers. Flesh it out for them, Dan. Flesh it out.
I don't think Bram wants to flesh it out. Bram wants
to go and watch games.
I'm going to hang out with my children, Ren.
Oh,
okay.
Children. Right. Oh, okay. Children.
Ren has one of those.
I do have one of those.
Yeah.
All right.
Yes.
Everyone, thank you for tuning in. This has been an absolute blast. Thank you to everyone who joined in earlier as well. George O, Frank Mirahmadi, Ellis, Ren, Bram Weinstein. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. I'm Dan Tordjman. We'll see you next time.
Bye.